Hello.
Hi.
So you'll notice that we are not live.
We are not.
Although I guess we've not given you very long to notice. So that's a really fun way to open.
That is very on brand. That is all right with us.
Happy Thanksgiving to the Americans who will celebrate. And if you're watching this at any other time and that doesn't make any sense to you, you're welcome.
Happy whatever holiday is nearest to the time in which you are watching this.
Yeah, unless supporting that holiday would compromise the position of let's have a Bouba, in which case we don't support you.
Correct.
Should we? I don't know how much we need to get into this. Lexember's coming up.
Yes.
Should we just make some words?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we have some inner workings going on for Lexember.
For a change. Usually we do not think about anything. We just spew our stream of consciousness.
Correct. How do we do this again? Do I just share the document?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I think we probably should, but also on some level for lexicon building, you don't necessarily have to.
Okay.
Let's see, because I think if we start referring to the document and don't realize that we've not got it on camera, then it's going to be weird.
Yeah, it's going to be helpful, I know, for people to look at. As you see, this says secret. It's not so much more secret anymore, but like this was kind of just to like.
Well, it's still secret at the time of recording. It's not secret at the time of publishing.
Yes.
And that's a fun distinction that I fully support.
But yeah, this is just some kind of words that we're kind of thinking about doing for Lexember. Do we have a theme? Maybe.
But are we going to tell you? No.
No. But like kind of thinking about whether or not they'll be like native fruits or whether or not they're going to be kind of derived. That's kind of what we're thinking about here. Yeah. A lot of these I'm hoping are going to be derived, and I was kind of thinking of some means, some ideas of how we can kind of get some derivations going. Yes. Nice. Well, talk is for sure going to be, I don't say for sure, but it's likely to be a root more than anything.
So,
do we have a poll to address first, maybe, or no? Probably so.
I think that.
Oh no, we don't, because it's still going on as of time of recording. So let's hold off on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just, for a change, let's try and focus on doing what we have said we're gonna do.
Okay.
So, are we gonna George this up and throw some roots in a? Well, we're not throwing the roots in the. We have a generator.
We do have a generator,
and so I think that, like, on some level, it can be fun to like come up with stuff like off the top of your head, but also sometimes that's hard.
Sometimes it's hard, and then sometimes you also have like your biases kind of at play, and like it's that toying of like you playing into your biases for creative purposes, but also kind of like you still kind of get some inspiration that you might not have thought of. It's kind of like the balance between like AI usage.
Wait, is this? I'd messed around with it slightly at some point for the purposes of making stuff that would work for the script, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, that looks suspiciously like it's got the consonants we needed, and now I'm like, oh, like this is normal.
Too long for my. I mean, we don't have any trisyllabic stuff yet, which I'm very fine with. I'm fine with saving those for later. These are some interesting roots that you have brought to fruition.
Do you want me to like shove them through the sound changifier?
I'm doing a little bit of that, kind of like balancing myself a little bit. What is this tenute?
It'd be Hanu, right? Hanu. I don't know what that accent was.
And Lexi has been kind of a little bit on this, like, I don't want to say like finicky. Oh, there we go. Maybe I double click. But yeah, we have like I just put it in with or without the fringel for tanul or tnul. Does any of those kind of pique your talk?
Way to give the game away, Wells.
There's no game. I think there's a game.
Life's a game, and
life's a nightmare.
I've forgotten where the rest of that goes. Oh, that's a Taylor Swift lyric, isn't it?
What is?
Like, life's a game, wanna play? From Blank Space.
I know the we got a blank space part and the Starbucks lovers, and that's all I know.
Yeah. And I think, like, in light of the current boycotts, we don't want to associate ourselves with that.
Ooh.
I like Tanu. I'm fine with Tanu. I feel like Tanu is on some level is like, yeah, that's the sort of thing that we should be expecting. I also just kind of, I'm not a huge fan.
No. How about I will do one more kind of comparison of forms, because one kind of just like spoke to me in a dream.
I love it when things speak to you in dreams.
Okay, so we have Tangul, or we have Xara. No, maybe not. That was not what I would go for. I'm team.
Like, what was that, Miles?
It was it's Xara. I'm trying like to do the pharyngalized tap, and it's very difficult.
What's the form?
GSA pharyngalized D.
GSA pharyngalized D. Xara. Sorry, wait.
Yeah,
I think if I got an old version, I might have an old version.
Yeah.
Time to check the. No, I really love, like, conlanging with multiple people is a lot of fun because you never know whether you've got the up-to-date version of
the behind me are the days where it's like, unless I like know what like Lexergy parentheses 82 is, I started to be responsible and name things, and it's been so lovely.
Yeah, are you getting it with 2 high tones?
I am getting with 2 high tones.
Are we? I can't remember if we were going with it or not.
I thought the answer was yes, we are going with it.
Okay. I think that was what I thought we were doing. And then I love a mixed vibe.
I think my like where the confusion was is I was kind of in this worry of like we're gonna have a lot of high tones just everywhere, but in kind of just like looking at it more in depth, I kind of just like calmed myself down with it, and kind of like with forms showing off their kind of like less high tone prevalence.
I think that it's funny because they only show up in very specific places.
Mm-hmm.
And we have enough like stuff going on that like I think it works out okay.
It works out fine.
Yeah. Sarah. I like Sarah.
You like Sada?
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'm fine with either.
I think it's maybe if we try and derive stuff from it,
or
like we're gonna end up like
how about like Sod? So no final A, just a final like R. Or no
that works out low tone, doesn't it?
Still high.
Does it?
That's what it's popping out.
Run, Lexember, run.
Trace changes. Oh, it gets the high tone from like the cluster and such.
Ah, okay.
Which I'm very glad we did that. But yeah. Xod.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Machine. I don't know if you can hear that with the dishwasher's running, and it is a very good time. Dishwasher's running. Yeah, noise. And this is to talk.
So are you thinking language would be the nominalized form?
Yeah, I was thinking like the instrumental could be kind of used a lot in some derivations. So I was thinking this kind of be like an instrumental to talk, and then maybe some like nominalization of that. Like language is like the tool, like to talk. The tool of talking is language.
I feel like is that a thing? Like I'm not aware of like okay, like so I know like for example, like I'm thinking of Polish, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, there's a thing in Polish where like to say you're speaking in Polish, you have like the po polskiego, or is it polskiego? Anyway, like there obviously are like specific like phrasal constructions, but like I don't think it's because then it's like if you then want to say I like the language, what do you do at that point? Because you wouldn't have it in the.
I see what you're saying.
Like to me, like that's why there's a difference between like derivational affixes and like case affixes. Like I think like it would end up like it would be the same as what we had, right? It would be Sarah is what the nominalization would be.
Be soda. Because of the round.
Yeah. Let's find that.
Nominalization strategy. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it would be sorta.
Nice. I'll let you deal with the accents because I can't do them. Nice.
So, like, this is like more or less the equivalent of like talking.
Yeah.
So I think like that's not unusual. Like I think hablar, for example, in Spanish, I think is like it can be. I like it does get used. I think then as like a. But the thing is, it's not used as a noun per se. It's that the instrumental gets used, like not the infinitive is used in certain ways in that, you know.
In my own little world now, just kind of. I'm on
Oh, it's habla. Yeah. So like. Because right now, this word would also be used in like if you're gonna say, "I will talk to you."
Yeah, it will be used enough.
And it would be like, I to you talking.
Yeah.
Is that order? Or is it come I
talking to you?
Talking to you.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, things get used in different ways in different places.
Weird.
So there's not a situation where I think it would be. I don't think it would be very ambiguous very often, and we also are like definitely not far enough through at this point where we maybe want to be. So I say we go for it.
You say we like have this as the word for language?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good with that. I will talk to you.
Okay. Mirror.
Yeah.
Are you someone who says mirror?
Mirror.
Yeah. Okay. I see how it is.
It's a mirror.
It's when people in songs rhyme mirror with here, and you're like, what?
I mean, mirror and clear.
Clear mirror. It's like it's just one of these things where the difference with the rhotic pronunciation is so obvious. So I guess there's one question which is like, what are the mirrors going to be made out of?
Shells.
It's like really, really shiny shells.
Super shiny shells.
Super shiny shells.
Super shiny shells. The shiniest shells of all of the sheet.
At that point, I'm like, maybe it's like the word for the kind of. I'm gonna look this up now. Is it like
shell?
Is there an actual shell that's so shiny? No. Seashell mirrors are just mirrors made of glass with seashells around them.
Oh God, they are. Like smooth seashell. Here.
Like I just.
Okay, so I'm going to assign in some homework for you, but like whenever you search seashell mirror into Google, the mirrors that come up are ass. They're really ugly mirrors. It looked like you would buy them at like TJ Maxx or like the Myrtle Beach like tourist like flea market. Oh gosh,
Okay.
that's
History of mirrors.
What are like mirrors made of?
Bronze.
Mirrors in medieval times. I don't know.
Bronze, copper, silver.
So like metal?
the early ones, yeah.
Oh. We don't have a word, I don't think, for metal.
The line from Wikipedia: the Greek philosopher Socrates urged young people to look at themselves in mirrors, so that if they were beautiful, they would become worthy of their beauty, and if they were ugly, they would know how to hide their disgrace through learning.
Damn. The mirror was an ancient Greek device for self-awareness. So maybe like metal of seeing could work, like metal of like reflection, metal of vision, metal of like picture.
So I'm trying to think what the structure is, like, because we have like, yeah, we have the x of y constructions, and we have the root plus f(x). We could do noun adjective.
Noun adjective or adjective noun?
For modifying, it's noun adjective. For it's the whole Yaatláw debacle again. Like,
okay,
because the adjectives come from verbs, but but heads come first.
Of classifies, and then yes.
It's just how these things work with.
Okay.
Like, if we had nouny adjectives, they would always be in this position, right? Because this is the head. I don't know what the other bit is. Modifier.
Yeah.
Whereas if so, like, I'm thinking of like flat metal, right?
Yeah.
So if we were to say the metal is flat, then it would be flat metal. But if we were going to say, I look in the flat metal,
Look flat,
it would be look, I metal flat.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
I
was thinking along the line of that too, like some sort of like sheet metal or
smooth. Like, we could just make the word for smooth be, as a noun, mean like, or because, do we have a thing? Are we making our adjectives agree in gender? I feel like we haven't worked enough on adjectives.
I think that's what I was gonna say. I think we haven't either. I think like we have like stative verbs, but how they kind of like adjectivalize, we haven't kind of like done that yet. I had thought that like it would be a noun classifier adjective moment, and if not that, then potentially some like
I think it would make sense.
Yeah, I do too.
Do any of these scream out smooth to you? I guess partly it's that these aren't like fully worked out, but
none are feeling particularly like smooth. If I have to
like we you don't have, we can, let's just make a route that means smooth so that we can progress.
I was gonna say that this R dual, that would be like adu, and that would pop kind of back out, and that feels like adu feels very like smooth. I love R's today, but adu,
Arul, yeah. So
Indeed.
so that plus. So do we have a word for look? Let's just ignore the verb. We can ignore everything else. So
we have a verb for not for to see or for to look.
we don't need to worry about it. So we need a word for metal. Now,
For sure.
coining I don't actually remember where the word for metal itself comes from. I feel like often it's a generalization based on a specific metal. Oh, love that. Metal is likely ultimately from a pre-Greek origin.
Ooh.
But originally it was from like mine, quarry, or salt pit. So I think like when you here's the Navajo.
Oh well, Mandarin
That's
is
not necessarily helpful. So like they have one word that means flint, iron, metal, knife, badge, apparatus, or numeric code. Which I guess means like it could be this word for password, maybe. And oh, and it's related to the word for German as well.
oh.
And PC.
I'm
Love that.
kind of exploring a little bit. Yeah, it seems like there's not really just like one generalized metal that like we kind of just like would select. It does seem like gold is a common like choice.
Yeah, that's the Mandarin, right?
Yeah. Then others as well, it seems. I had like the idea of like there's this never mind, because we can kind of like do this like this root of like metal, and that can kind of be like metal or something kind of that unrefined quality, and then kind of use our like derivational means or tools to kind of like specify what metal, if it's like, you know, precious, if it's currency, that kind of vibe. So word for metal might be a very important one.
The Sanskrit word comes from a word meaning layer.
Layer?
So, like, or stratum.
Oh, got it. I thought meant like the layer. Interesting. That does make
I
sense.
would say that one would be a layer. Like the thing is, like this word isn't even gonna get used.
It's gonna just be like
I feel like for metal, there's like a verb derived option where it would be like dig or mine. Because to me those are both more verby.
those are.
And then like it would be like a
goal, the purpose of it.
I guess so. Or like it's hard because like you think of like a well, big rock doesn't really work because the whole thing is that it's not a rock, it's a metal.
It's a metal.
But like a dig thing would be like I guess we kind of Jonathan's in the dark as
Oh no, it's great.
like a dig thing would basically be like and I guess what we could do would be to have like, because right now we have like nah.
Yeah.
It would be whether we want to do like a dig or a dig
Do.
do as like a way of getting rather than a verbal noun, like a like because it's like this would essentially be the equivalent of a dig it, and the it is
Dig it.
like the digging of a spiky thing or the digging of a round thing. It's essentially like we could use this as a derivational strategy and say we're like, even if we don't want to do one of them,
Yeah.
we can do a dig and then a former classifier, which I think is a cool way of doing it.
I do as well.
But it's what would the thing be? Like, because I wandered into this like doing research into like indigenous philosophy about like in the environment and how it relates to mining, because to mine on the scale that like we do now, there's
Gosh.
like actually not like a lot of words in like Quechua that are useful in in trying to understand it. Like it's such a departure from how things used to be.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that like they don't have words for this stuff though. Like the reason silver and gold get used in some languages is because they naturally occur in more pure forms and stuff.
Yeah. Whereas like ore is kind of like you need to kind of have the refined version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm trying. I guess like as like our Mediterranean people, like I guess there is likely to have like more deposits. I'm guessing. I mean, that was a whole kind of like California gold mine, and I know that climates don't only equal like mineral deposits, but I think there would likely be more pure samples of stuff.
I mean, the Eritrea isn't linked to the climate though.
I know. I think I'm trying to play it out in my head, but like I like your idea with like the verbal derived thing. I don't think like here is a good place for it. I do think like something kind of like or something kind of like nominally derived seems appropriate. I do also think that like we do have like those like pots of blah blah blah. So we do have a lot of like kind of like those kind of genitive phrases too, and those like kind of compoundy vibes.
But then if you think about like how this word's gonna get used, if you think like the word for a metal spoon, if the word for metal is from a genitive phrase, you would have like a spoon of the product.
Yeah, that's gonna get unwieldy. I more meant like the phrase like smooth metal or like yeah, like smooth metal means like mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like depending on like swapping out like the smooth for like the metal, like metal like rough metal might mean like or like cell metal might be like money, kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So maybe it's the metal that kind of like exudes this little classifier-esque sort of thing, but very like I guess for like metallic objects or like for like rock natural kind of ore-y things.
Okay. I'm gonna like
Do it.
gonna have a little
This is our
saving grace.
yes.
But I don't think that like I just feel like metal is, on some level, such a recent thing that like the there's no like there's no entry that just says metal. I'm gonna look for like material. Okay, so yeah, 273. Like, and obviously we don't have to do everything from like a okay, yeah, but there are like there is a thing that would be a classifier for metal objects. But you would usually expect it that like I think it would work. We would
Yeah.
it's gonna take like a little history moment, you know?
It's
Like
gonna be a lot of low world building and like kind of but I think like A, is it possible? Yeah. Is it B, like going to be used really productively? Like no, but C, to kind of be like in the language as like a classifier, it will kind of have like some large-ish like cultural ramifications, I guess.
I think if we know it's there, we would use it.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think like if we start off with like a gold or silver, and we don't need to have a word for it,
No.
but then it's like what is made with them, so we know that's metal. And I'm like crowns or like jewelry.
Yeah, like I think
what's the first stuff that gets made with gold?
weapons. Well,
No.
not with gold. Sorry, not with gold. Not with gold.
It'll stab you with like gold sword, and then it just like folds over.
Crumbles.
Is like metals. Like Wikipedia's saying religion, and I'm like,
oh, boo.
Like, but on some level, it's like it makes sense to an extent, because basically like gold is just like naturally very shiny, right?
It is.
And like there's so many like associations of the otherworldly with the things that are bright. And then we get into the question of like what would they make out of gold that we then like
I can see them doing like jewelry or like plates or kind of like honestly like cupware, like dishware. I don't know if they can like blow glass yet, or if they have like glass technology. I mean, if they have like metal, maybe we'll have glass. Maybe question mark.
I feel like with glass, it's like a more there are obviously like levels of it, right?
Yeah.
Like I think glass blowing I associate with like Venice in this like 1400s.
Yeah. There's also like just like really like rudimentary, just like glass, like Roman, like.
Yeah, this is like the point of world building where you're just like, I don't know the history of anything.
I don't know. I know. This is where like all like the cute little like retconning happens, but like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was invented in the 1st century BC.
It's one glass.
And
by Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah, he was around then. Leonardo da Vinci, who famously painted
I can just see like
existed in the 1st century before Christ.
on your face.
Actually, Leonardo da Vinci predicted Jesus,
I knew it.
and also predicted
him.
that Jesus would be white.
Did he predict that there would be Italian pizza spread across the world?
He predicted that there would be 4 turtles who would take pizza out across the world, and he named one of them after himself.
Aww. Oh god. Metal, gold, silver.
I think plates is fine.
I think plates are cool.
I feel like plates are also like,
because what's the first thing you would do with it? You would get it hot and just fucking you would just smash it. You just smash it like just down to a ball.
you're so mature.
I'm very mature.
Okay, so we're gonna say like I feel like it would be like a special plate, like
an altar plate.
Kind of. I think it feels very Christian to be like, we have the gold offering plate.
Well, no, like you put this like plate on like kind of like a elevated structure, and like you kind of like put like fruit or like other little like kind of like stuff on there for like the deities. Yeah,
I think and this plate tradition is so old that we just have a word for it.
Yes, they like scratch like little like words and drawings in it, and
unless like we like try and import a word from, because there would be more gold in the mountains where the Yaatláw people are, but I don't think we have a word in Yaatláw for plate, or at least I don't think we have one. I mean, actually, we have so many
words.
We don't have a word for plate. We have a word for dish. No. Love that for us.
Interesting.
Why
can I not find where is that? Oh.
I think we just make a root offering plate.
We do have a root to offer.
In Yaatláw? And then, but the thing is, if we build on the Yaatláw, we then have to like squish it down into a root level. And like,
let me.
How quickly do you think we can come up with a Yaatláw root that means plate?
Yeah, pretty fast. But I also think, you do your thing. I want to look at one more little kind of like thinking about it, because we could use like the word like to pound or something, like to pound it down into like a plate shape.
I know we can derive something. It's just going to be long.
Okay. Yeah, let's do a nice little root then. Nice little cheeky.
Well, okay, but what do we want the root in? What do we want the form in when it gets to us to be? Because then we can make it work with it. Which is absolutely not the way to do this.
This is pure. Well, I mean, I know it's gonna be vowel final, so that's helpful. Let's do like
maybe one with a L afterwards, like a medial L.
Okay, yeah. Like L-I something, I'm thinking. D-A-L-I. That sounds terrible, but Dali.
Dali.
Ali.
Dali is a nice
That's
name.
cute. Yeah.
Salvador Dali, we do not support his fashy tendencies, but the rest of it, we enjoy the art.
Yeah, and the anteater walk-in. All that good stuff.
Okay, so that becomes Tali.
Yeah, Dali.
And when we make it a class, we're like importing it as a root, but they get said to class.
I know. It's gonna be like either like as like DAL or like DLI.
That's I'm just putting them in and seeing what I like more. Although I feel like you kind of know already.
Yeah, I kind of have an idea. Unless you like hyperextended it. Hyperextend.
Part of me is just like maybe it would be easier just to say that this was a root.
I think like either like if we do like a depharyngeal LI, because that would get a pretty close like tone vibe, but it would have the pharyngalization kind of there to quote unquote like depress it if we needed to.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
It's absolutely not how we've been formatting these, but I'll go with it.
Yeah.
And do you know what a thali is in Indian food?
I do. I never got one, but I really do want it because it feels like a little mini buffet.
Yeah, it's like a pretty good way to try a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
Oh, you put the that gets us closer to the phone, but I feel like if it's when it was borrowed, like if we're borrowing it from Yachai,
Yeah.
then this whole thing is just like
We could do like Glee.
I had Lee in here.
Yeah, I had Deal, Doll. No, Deal doesn't only work. I had Doll and Glee. Yeah.
Okay, like so options are dal, which would with a vowel become ra, or the okay. And
It's gonna be like
and then
because this is gonna be like smooth metal, and if we use like doll, it's gonna be like doll.
okay, so but we already have a word for smooth, which is the arul.
Correct. And this is gonna like come before it.
So
Right?
it would either be arul dal or arul.
It wouldn't be aru like the other way dal alur and lialu because had modifier. Or are we saying like this now is like so eroded down to metal that it's like modifying the smooth?
I don't know. It's whether because at some point what we said was it was gonna be dependent on the Bouba or Kiki of the word for smooth. Were you thinking that?
I thought this was gonna be like to be smooth, as like a state of verb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is just
so like
like trying to like get what I've got in my head over to you. Like like because we're trying to do the flat metal thing,
Yeah.
right? And so if we're on some level, if we're borrowing this word for a fancy plate, basically, we could just say that's the word for mirror.
I mean, I kind of like that a little bit.
Like, are we borrowing it?
I mean, where else are you want to get these plates from? Not nowhere.
They could make them themselves.
They make it themselves. They don't have technology to do that. But like, I think also kind of like if we were to kind of add this like little like storyline to like the Yaatláw kind of deal, and then like as like these like offering plates kind of like move their way like towards like kind of like these speakers, right? Like the concept of like them being used as an offering plate could have been like totally obscure. They're like, ooh, shiny, we see ourselves near. And like that could just be how it is. Yeah.
At what stage is the word borrowed?
I think the word is going to be borrowed. I don't even know. I guess like yeah, no. I mean I'm gonna say like somewhat earlier, which to
This
me
this is where it's like, do we need to like assign like dates for the stages of Yaatláw?
oh
And
god.
then like how early are we talking? Like
Early enough we're gonna have to do like math.
early enough that we don't have to do math, or early that we do the least math would be it's really late. Like it's and then we just take the modern Yaatláw, which we assume is coexisting with modern Nazi Bomber, and then just say the word for mirror is Dali.
Sold. I love it.
Okay. Don't need to worry about any of this. So
That's good.
okay. But we've really not fixed any of the rest of it. so play in which is now in Yaatláw becomes that no Vitali in let's see, well, we need one of your three like NSB.
Yeah, like I was gonna do NSBM, which sounds wonderful.
NSBM, the National State Borough Metro.
Yeah, the National State Bureau of Management.
Yeah.
Like the National State Bureau of Metropolitans. Metropolises.
Okay.
Done. Love.
Wow.
And
let's just get a root. Okay, but what sounds do we want to show off? That's one thing we can do.
We can do HT O T. Hot.
HTO.
HTOT.
There's only, I guess there are two T's.
There are two T's.
And like, what does it become? HEOT.
I see it.
Hato. Hato is the nice word.
That is.
Sorry. Hato. Ha. Hato, I think, is the Japanese word for pigeon.
Oh. I think it could be like if you like ha like drums and then to what do you like ha, to, ha, ha.
I don't want to derive it.
You don't have to. You can just hato. Hato.
Pigeon dove.
Oh god.
Yeah, at one point it would have been pato, like the Spanish for duck.
Oh.
But that's from Arabic, which is bat.
Oh. Interesting.
Okay. That was a fun tangent.
Yeah. HOTTOG, no. I can't put her tart to go. What it takes you get her taught it. What it takes you get too taught. Oh. T. Nice.
Okay.
Hmm.
All girls know how to do these days is grit their teeth and lie.
That is true.
Not even eating hot chip.
No. To lie would definitely be a root, but I guess grit one's teeth. I thought it was more like idiomatic than it actually like is. It just means like to grind your teeth, I guess.
That's not what it means.
Oh.
Like to grit your teeth is like to push through doing something.
Oh, to like grit and bear it.
Like
That's what I thought a little bit too. Hold on, there was a
okay.
all about it.
Come on, Wiktionary. It's both to clench your teeth or to face up to a difficult situation.
Interesting. Or to yeah, a particular interaction to pain or anger.
But I feel like this is one of those things where it's like,
oh yeah,
sorry, I'm looking at the Finnish, which is like pura hammasta, and I'm like, oh, pure hamster.
You've unlocked something just now currently. So oh god. So there's a show that I was watching last night called Human versus Hamster. And what it was is they built these obstacle courses for humans, and they built the identical one for hamsters. And what was the game is the humans and the hamsters ran these courses simultaneously to see which species is the more superior.
And this is like to scale, right?
This is like to scale. This is like
yeah.
Wipeout, but like for hamsters and humans, I guess. But it did give off very like kind of some weird like I'm gonna get worried if hamsters become more sentient and see this. Like
I feel like this is like someone got really high and the show with like whoever was producing this was like, I need something to fill
the writer's strike did a lot for that.
Like something that I can show like just as the kids are coming home from school that they're gonna like lap up and it's the also I realized that for me Total Wipeout is exclusively associated with Richard Hammond.
Oh.
Do you know who Richard Hammond is?
Not really.
Do you know what Top Gear is?
I know what Top Gear is, yes. Okay.
But is like British Top Gear or like is there an American Top Gear?
So there is an American, but I only know the British Top Gear, so you're in luck.
Okay. Richard Hammond was one of the presenters in like the heyday of like I think it got rebooted with Richard Hammond and Jeremy Clarkson. Hate him. Anyway.
I know Jeremy Clarkson.
Mm. And like Richard Hammond was the presenter of Total Wipeout, which was kind of weird, but I am glad he got the money. At least it wasn't Jeremy Clarkson. Jeremy Clarkson narrating Total Wipeout would have been something.
We had, I'm trying to remember who it was too. I think there's like maybe some semblance of like Joey Fatone on. No, it was like 3 random guys. It was actually 3 random people that I didn't know until then. But yeah, I made a random word or just a root for. Well, I took the one of the roots up here and added a D to it to make it Salo, which is a good word. There's that one.
I'm trying to remember which language it's in. I feel like Salo in some language means like animal fat or something.
Yeah, Sala is like yeah, like
in Russian.
There's also like that one movie like Salo and like the 120 Days of Torture, where that one guy takes those like teenagers to like this one like castle-ish like property in Italy and just like tortures the heck out of them. Like an art film. He makes them eat excrement. It's a good time.
Love that.
Love that. But to grit one's teeth obviously should be kind of like culturally idiomatic.
Well, this is the thing that I'm really not sure about because. Oh, okay, I see. The like if you go to the Mandarin, it's pretty clear. Oh, and there's a cool one in German. In den sauren Apfel. I don't know which version of EI that is in German.
This is for which and now?
Basin.
For the grit one?
For yeah, like literally to bite into the sour apple is the expression for to face up to the disagreeable situation.
Oh, interesting.
But like, for example, for the Korean, they've just like put in the same thing.
Oh, I see.
And like, I think that whoever did the Japanese hasn't understood the context of the metaphor unless the metaphor is exactly the same. Because like they've put a Japanese verb in, which is like hagishiri. But like when you go to the page, it's that one does mean grind one's teeth in one's sleep.
This one means bruxism.
Bruxism.
Oh, sure. Yes.
So it's like I can't properly tell. Oh my god! And the beta e-hop. I'm like,
I love beta e-hop. Like that's a great drag name too. Come on,
welcome to the stage, beta e-hop.
Yes.
Oh, e-hop, hop. E-hop.
Oh,
together.
Grin and Barrett. Let's see if there's other like kind of like vibes. Many of them are very like take it like a man. Yeah, man. Many of these idioms are
what
very.
What would be the feminist retelling of "Take It Like a Man"?
Give it like a woman. I guess I don't know.
I feel like chįtlúy "Take It Like a Man" is enough.
Yeah, the translations of these are not like
I don't trust her.
Great. Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan over here. Oh, grits, mer grits. means more great. I guess like I had this like idea, and according to our culture notes, we have that they have nose piercing.
I thought you were going to go there.
And they have configurations. Like, what if like there was one that was like, like I don't know why I'm like in like the soldier, like the bravery badge, I don't know, and like that one just like it's like a big like gauge like needle, you just go, and like that one like hurts like a lot, I guess, and that kind of be like you're kind of like. Like last time, like I got my nose pierced, like I kind of like welled up. So maybe like to well up in tears, maybe like that is like you're kind of just like preventing yourself from like broadcasting that like weakness or like that like pain,
like holding it back.
Yeah.
I'm so like I'm so lost. I'm like I do not know where to go with this.
It's like
maybe we just go in live for this one.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm gonna put like the whole back like tears, like nose piercing thing.
I just feel like holding back tears is not the same as gritting your teeth.
It's not, but like I do think hold on. Maybe not here.
Or like cutting onion.
But like yes.
Like it's a kind of feel the fear and do it anyway moment,
Yeah.
I
mean, that's what I kind of feel like the nose piercing is. It's like you're doing it like as some sort of like some like ritual, some ceremony, and like you have like this like onlooking on it, and like you have to kind of like get through it both like for like your own celebration or like your own like family's like honor, and like kind of have to just like just like
it would be like if you're like heating up the needle yourself or something.
I think that maybe is a better like analogy, is like the like the heating of the needle, or like the poking of the needle, kind of like that.
I'm thinking about this in the context that would like if it was like one
baby.
Then like if you can't grit your teeth,
Yeah,
it would be I can't heat my own needle. That works.
I think that works. Like you're building yourself up, and then like it happens, and then like there's like that level of like relief. Like it's like the anticipation of it, like getting it hot, I guess. And we also need something.
I want to continue the lyric, but it doesn't make any sense, and I don't want to swear unnecessarily. I
mean, like, well, let's go back on this one, because we're going to need to like use a word to like for this like derivation anyway. I think we're in a good place. I'm just saying so far we have 4 words. No, 5. And like, that's good. If only there was like an intensifier for this, like famous. If we had like
I just go straight to like Chinese like Yomei.
What is
like Yomei is the word for famous. Yo is because we have the associative, what are we, attributive.
Yeah.
So It's that's not the one that I was thinking. Huh? Have I remembered this wrong? No. Like, is it Yo Ming? It's Yo Ming.
Mean.
It's Yume in Japanese.
Oh.
And Yumyong in Korean. It's literally like to have name. Where name, I guess, can also mean fame.
Yeah, I was thinking like to be like known a lot or to like to be well known.
Because we have a Harry thing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's like, what would we did famous in Yaatláw, didn't we? And it was like the wind carries your name. If someone's famous, like they like their tongue, and it sounds absolutely filthy. I mean, like, because if you're on people's minds, or you're like on the tip of your tongue isn't the right sort of expression, but like it carries that sense of being talked about,
Yeah, like they're always in like the back of your head. Like you're always kind of like
if someone has mouth.
Ooh. Like I don't say like no.
I mean, we don't have to go this route if you have other ideas.
I don't have other ideas.
Like if someone is famous in Nasibomo culture, then what do they what's the vibe? What do they have?
I feel like they have like a big like farm.
Isn't that more like this also, like, we were going to talk about like land ownership at some point, and I feel like we don't have enough time to talk about land.
No, we had enough time to come up with this route, let alone land ownership.
Do we have time to talk about the famine?
The famine.
Oh, yeah. Back in the I know this. Let's talk about Ireland.
Yeah.
I guess like no, I think you have not enough shells. And we really haven't got a lot too much into like the world building culture, other than that they can weave good stuff. They have sundials and they have nose piercings. Facts.
Yeah. It's like I feel like fame is such an abstract concept. It's really hard to try and like
distill, like, I mean, like it, you can't have it be like one.
Oh,
like
wow. There are so many Sanskrit words for fame.
Oh, well, okay.
It's kind of scary.
Be famous.
So like
burn how to fly.
there's like prasiddhi, which means so it's like they have taken the prabit means towards, like from pro, and then the city comes from sad, which is to succeed. Um And apparently the Kazakh word is dunk.
Oh, way ahead of you on this. So the Kyrgyz word is donk as well with a ding, and then the an Uzbek word is dong, D-O-N-G.
Love that.
Love that.
the dong.
Love
Oh,
that.
and in Vietnamese, like the first syllable is dang.
I'm
Oh, sorry, zang.
interesting. But yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a lot like.
Oh, that goes all the way back to Ning in Mandarin.
Interesting. Okay, it's a lot to kind of like. A lot of went into to this word. Interesting. Okay.
I feel like so if you're on the Wiktionary, you saw the number of Sanskrit words, right?
Yeah, that's a lot. Like that's like we don't need no.
Shloka is a fun word though.
No. Yasas.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
an interesting thing.
Yeah. Come on, yeah.
Like shloka means like originally it's like a sound or a noise, but it comes to mean praise. And from there I think it becomes glory or fame.
I like that. Like
if someone has songs, then they're famous.
Yeah, they are.
Or if they have praise, they get those videos on TikTok. We know the ones.
Mm-hmm. I like the idea of like get a lot of praise.
Mm-hmm.
Do
you like the idea of it coming from a word for the song or noise or sound or something?
I do, because that also kind of like I think that puts like a bardiness to like the culture too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting that in culture.
I feel like there are. I mean, maybe there aren't like bards in like Muslim societies because of like the culture around singing, but like I feel like a lot of cultures have bards.
True, but like I'm thinking like these are like these people like will have an excuse to like break into song and go on the musical, like you know.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
Yeah, like the off Broadway, like.
Okay.
I'll just put like adept at like many.
I am wondering whether like this is like a cute poll thing. Like, but I feel like we've kind of outlined.
I also feel like we can't really do too much polls because
because we're not gonna have enough time.
Yeah.
I think about it all the time.
I do. It's just really confusing sometimes to be a girl, though. You know.
Go.
So confusing sometimes. But yeah, okay, like I like to praise. I like to kind of like to if talent is a word you could do.
But we have to get this from somewhere. I mean, we can make a route that's. Well, praise I think is more naturally a verb than a noun.
It is. So we would have to nominalize it, which that's okay.
Yeah. So to praise.
Would be like, let's do a little shaka shaka.
Shaka shaka la la la.
Shaka shaka shaka. It's a shaka. No.
What would the zlul come out as?
That would come out as Zalul.
Zalul. I feel like the zla is better than zala.
I like the Zla. How about ZLUT? This is loot.
You're such a zloot, Miles.
That's
It's
kind of
very zlooty of you.
very zlooty.
Zloot. Yeah, that becomes Zlu.
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 Okay, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Wow. Treat me like I'm famous.
That would be oh. Well, that would be
We don't have a simulative yet, do we?
no, we don't.
Which I'm fine with. I feel like I'm throwing similatives in everything I'm doing, and I think I need to stop.
That is maybe wise. Oh well, that works too. But before we wrap things up, because I think we're kind of approaching time-ish.
So, but just quickly, it would
Yeah.
be Los Luna, right?
Yeah, that yes. Yep.
Los Luna is a good word.
Los Luna. That I love that.
But-
That's
Although, or would it be? This would be like a famous person, wouldn't it?
that would be a famous person, yeah. And we would maybe have to do some sort of like
Would it just be like Los Lun No versus
to kind of like
I don't think it necessarily makes the most sense.
yeah, I don't know about that either. I think it's gonna have to kind of like there's gonna have to be some or other kind of like derivational like verbal marking that we need, or like some sort of like copula vibe, which we also have not talked about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Anyway, should we call it a day for now? And we're gonna I forget how much work Lexember is.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, it will be okay. We totally got this. I think
We
I
got
think we
this.
have a good year this one. I've good hopes.
Okay. Well, sorry. Well, not sorry. Like, I hope that everyone has a good, if not acceptable, Thanksgiving.
Yes, I hope everybody
Um,
does whatever they want to, and celebrates however they would like.
don't forget you're celebrating genocide.
Yeah, yeah. I cannot have said that work
Well,
precise than that.
it's not. They're not one and the same, but anyway. On that note,
Cool. Bye, everybody. Bye.
bye.